Nigeria about to exit second wave of COVID-19. Still on the headline
of nursing and midwifery to Edo State College Nursing Sciences as part with the
Good morning, beautiful people. Thanks for joining us and happy Father's Sunday today. To the father out there, this morning, as always, we'll be going to the major headlines as published by Nigerian dailies. And we'll begin with the Guardian newspaper this morning with the major headline. The major headline said auto firm stock crashes as Nigerians spend 4 trillion naira on Tokumbo in 10 years. Stock investors count losses as RT Briscoe SCOA hits 10 years low. Stakeholders blame Western forex shortage, inflation, weak demand. Others calls on verge of collapse over rising import. Operators warn. Federal government urge supports industries with credit facilities, tax relief. That's the major headline on the Guardian this morning. Above we have Ekiti election, only vow to challenge the outcome. Governor-elect 6 trams. That's on page 6 on the Guardian this morning. Federal government have 2,000 abandoned unused properties nationwide, says Wike. Below the major headline, our group insists Lawal Akpabio others didn't participate in the APC primaries. Terrorist attack Cardinal Church, kill 3 worshippers, abduct others. That's on page 8 and 3. On page 4, export urges reversal of past sector privatization for enhanced supply. Plateau records 2 cases of monkeypox. That's on page 30. Still on the Guardian newspaper this morning. The front page picture is a 105 years old Felicia Fayemi challenges youth ahead of 2023 election by casting her vote at Ward 2 Oloje compound Erijinyani Ekiti on Saturday. That's all we can take from the Guardian this morning. The Vanguard. On the Vanguard this morning we have a major headline on the Vanguard that says Ekiti polls, Segun Oni rejects outcome, says APC turns PDP. Oni won't concede, campaign spokesman. PDP's distant 3rd position and shows Nigerians have rejected them, says APC. Victorious Oyabanji was Oni, others. His victory good omen for 2023 polls, says Buhari. Fayemi Adamu, Fayemi leadership makes it possible for APC to return Ekiti, says Tinubu. PDP candidate Kolawale concedes. Prosecutes Ekiti vote bias in 7 days, Serap tells INEC. Situation rooms decry sittings of polling units in private residence. How Oyebanji, APC broke re-election gains. That's on page 15 on Vanguard this morning. Page 5 on the Vanguard. Above we have a competence test. Cardinal government sacked 2,357 teachers. Kwankwaso won't serve as OB's running mate, says NNPP. Abia APC function and hostility unite behind MNEK. That's on page 32. On page 13, meningitis hit 18 local government areas in Jigawa, kills 65. That's on page 13 on Vanguard this morning. By the side of the paper, 19 died in Niger oil auto crash. That's on page 6. On page 12 on the Vanguard this morning, Echo Dome films as APC summit Akpabio's name orders to INEC. Below we still have a story. Power generation remains low at 2,400 megawatts. AEDC apologizes. That's on page 7. At the front page picture, federal government borrowing from bonds market declines 73.6% to 600 billion naira as equity skyrockets 1,901% to 1.1 trillion naira. Higher interest rate to return, says analysis. That's all we can take from the Vanguard. On the Tribune this morning, the Tribune has a major headline on Ekiti Gamba fallout. Tinubu article shift battle to Osun. How 360,753 voters elect new Ekiti governor. Kolawale's PDP congratulates Oyebanji. Oni says he will challenge outcome in court. Ekiti people elect best, most celebrity candidate, says Fayemi. That's the major headline on the Tribune this morning. And the stories on page 24 and 23. Above Mbeki advocates Consensus Youth Organization for African Development. Bandits attacked two churches, villages Q3 in Kaduna. That's on page 26 on the Tribune newspaper this morning. By the side of the story, paper, we have a story on 2023. Kwankwaso will not be deputy to Obi, said NNPP. On page 8, still on Tribune, competency test. Kaduna government sacks 2,353 teachers. Gunmen kidnapped 13 mourners in Edo, demand 60 million ransom. That's on page 36 on the Tribune. Protests in Enugu over ban on Mbaka's Adoration Ministry. The story is on page 4. Still on page 4, PFN declares next Sunday as PVC Sunday. Zamfara governor declares 5-day holiday for PVC registration. That's on page 4. Still on page 24 on the Tribune this morning, Ohane Zendibo wants zoning of presidency in Constitution. And that's all we can take from the Tribune this morning. That will take us to the Punch newspaper. And the Punch has a major headline on Ekiti governor election. APC PDP clashes over vote buying. Oni's camp most legal action. PDP came distant third, desperate to bring back reunion regime, says APC. APC pulverized Nigerians electorate finds it difficult to make a rational decision, says PDP. Election fraud with violence. We will challenge it at tribunal, says SDP coalition agents. That's on page 2 on the Punch this morning. Above we have a foreign airline kickstarts federal government blocks $450 million tickets revenue. That's on page 30. Still on page 36, IOCS remits unpaid 386.4 billion naira proceeds this month, says NNPC. On page 9, still on the Punch, people are tired of Lawal, let him go and rest. Machina Yobe politicians. Stock investors loses 767 billion naira in 1 week. Federal government, World Bank, AFWP to fix 53,730 kilometer rural road with $575 million. The story is on page 30 on the Punch newspaper. We have another story on the Punch this morning below. Tinubu returns to Lagos, 6 massive local government votes. Hoodlums attack convoys. That's on page 44. Lagos power firms, technicians forced from electric pole dies. That's on page 4. On page 5, there is a story on the Punch. Ogun gunmen takes secret foodstuffs from abducted church leaders. Lagos others record 36,482 tuberculosis cases in 2 years. That's on page 12 on the Punch newspaper this morning. Killing field, Benue Valley becomes gunmen's heaven. 92 residents killed in 3 months. That's on page 8. On page 4 and 5 on the Punch, kidnappers demand 115 million naira from ex-NFF officer abducted after Abuja wedding. JAMB registers charts politicians buying 100 million naira nomination form. That's on page 6 on the Punch newspaper this morning. And that will take us to the Daily Sun. And the Daily Sun has a major headline. The Daily Sun has a major headline. Pastor Kumuyi remains apolitical, says additional. 3 killed, 3 injured as gunmen. 3 killed, 2 injured as gunmen attack church in Kaduna. Many faithful abducted by attackers. That's on page 4 on the Daily Sun this morning. President Yohaneze elders want constitutional provision on zoning 6 rotation among 6 geopolitical zones. That's on page 26 on Daily Sun. Uneasy calm in PDP. Uneasy calm in PDP as Wike others weighs options. Our group wants INEC and get substitution of names of elected candidates. That's on page 6 and 26. 70% of politicians act like lunatics, 6 OB. Sales of gas turbines, River Stews Amechi coal orders. We have another major headline on the Punch this morning. Ekiti Gamba, Daily Sun this morning. Ekiti Gamba, Buhari, Kalu, Fayemi, others hail Oyebanji over victory. PDP candidate concede defeat on his SDP candidate ADC kicks. That's on page 8. CEO terrorism, how Iran fought ISIS to stand still, said envoy. That's on page 8. Court stops federal government Hawaii from action on custom concession project. That's on page 20 on the Daily Sun this morning. The next city New Telegraph. On the New Telegraph, we have a major headline: withholding foreign airlines 187.1 billion naira not acceptable, says country top orders entrapped funds. Indices Zimbabwe, Algeria, Ethiopia are block fund led before airline airfare increases. That's on page 2. Above we have a story: bank orders generate 91.18 billion naira VAT in 15 months. Oil marketers complain as fuel queue resurface in Lagos. Stars on page 4. Southern Cardinal terrorist attack Catholic Baptist Church kill village head youth leader Abdul several others, says Erufai. That's on page 4. Mbaka's followers protest chapels shut down, bars journalists from video photo coverage. That's on page 26 on the New Telegraph. 2023 Vice President Senate on the cards. That's on page 9, 10, 11 as second term governor battle for relevance. By the side of the paper, we have a vice president's lot. PDP rejects Nwoboshi's goodwill message to Okowa. Omoaege fumes Monarchs Youth Group Lambas Clark. Others, Okowa is an asset, says article. Gunmen kidnapped 3 monarchs in Edo, demand 60 million naira ransom, abduct former NFA Secretary General Sani Toro. 2 others. Start on page 6 on the New Telegraph this morning. We have another major headline: only reject Ibanji's wins to challenge results in court, says Pope marred by violence, intimidation of voters. Victory as affirmation of APC acceptance, Buhari says is good omen for 2023 general election. APC turns PDP for its 3rd position. Carlo, APC, Governor Tinubu, others congratulate Governor-elect. That's all we can take from the New Telegraph this morning. On the Daily Independent, we have a major headline on Daily Independent: foreign scarce security, untamed inflation puts Nigerian economy at risk. Ekiti Post Serap give INEC 7 days ultimatum to prosecute vote buyers. 18% fear dead in Niger auto crash. NYSC member, 5 others died in bias boat mishap. That's on page 7 on the Daily Independent this morning. On page 29, terrorists kill 3 worshippers, abduct many in Cardinal Church. That's on page 29. Stone 29, only rejects Ekiti Gamba poll results as PDP's Kolawole Scars concede defeat. Ekiti Gamba election, Buhari, Tinubu, Lawal, Sonwolu, APC congratulates Oyibanji. That's on page 6. Tinubu returns to Lagos amid jubilation by party supporters. That's still on page 6. Another major headline: VAT miscellaneous charges crippling airlines operation. Afghan National Women Leader join Labour Party. That's on page 6. And that's all we can take from the Daily Independent this morning. And that will take us to the next paper with us, the Nation newspaper. The Nation has a major headline: huge crowd gives Tinubu rousing welcome to Lagos. Uzodinma Ganduje Buni Shatima others on trip with APC candidates as Lagos governor visits Oba Ikolu. That's a major headline on the Nation. Rivers government files charges against Amechi. Others ripples over Alcoa's nomination widens in PDP. That's on page 5 and 4 on the Nation newspaper this morning. Still on the Nation, terrorists kill 3 in attack on 2 churches. Bandits kill 3 in Imo. 13 mourners abducted in Edo. That's on page 6 on the Nation this morning. Below, Ibanji promises new down in Ekiti. Victory symbolizes acceptance of APC, says Buhari. Keredolu Oyetola Adamu. PDP candidate congratulates winner. SDP only to challenge the result in court. And that's all we have on the newspaper headline review this morning. To join us at 4 at 12 and 4 for yet another update. I'm Elede Chidima. Do enjoy the rest of the day.
Life of people not only in Niger State but also.
Still a chance for Ryan Robin. It's
let him shoot. No problem.
Nigeria about to exit second wave of COVID-19. Still on the headline
of nursing and midwifery to Edo State College Nursing Sciences as part of the